For your time on the Channel One Newsroom. Let's begin the bulletin with some election-related stories. And with just 6 days remaining until the 2024 elections, the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress are gearing up to conclude their campaigns with final rallies on Thursday, December 2020. Now, these two major political parties are poised for a fiercely contested election, and their closing rallies are expected to leave a lasting impression on Ghanaians. Akosio Tre of the Channel One Newsroom reports.
As the country gears up for the 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections, all eyes are on the final days of campaigning. Voters are preparing to cast their ballots in what is expected to be a closely contested race between the ruling New Patriotic and National Democratic Congress. With the stakes high, both parties are pulling out all the stops in their final efforts to sway voters, particularly in key battleground regions. The governing party, the NPP, says it has campaigned across the length and breadth of this country, engaging with voters on issues such as infrastructure, job creation, and education, and is set to wrap up its campaign with a massive rally in Accra on December 5, where President Akufo-Addo and other top officials are expected to make final appeals to the electorate.
The plan for the last week, the last lap, will be taken tomorrow. That is on Sunday. We would have meetings to decide what activities that we have to do. This very week is dedicated to many of the activities relative to areas that the flag bearer has not been able to visit. The national chairman, the general secretary, the national organizer, the running mate to the party, and other big wigs of the party are going around the country. Other national officers such as us, we have all gone into the interior part of the country to be able to send a good message of His Excellency the Vice President and the flag bearer.
Meanwhile, the main opposition party, the National Democratic Congress, is wrapping up its tours in the Ashanti region and argues that their final rally, which is also scheduled for the same day as the NPP's, was planned long in advance. The party is set to secure voter buy-in before the big day, December 7.
We are all signing out what our campaigns will be. I don't think it was a coincidence. I don't also think that it's a plan to shortchange another. At the end of the day, what matters most is that the Ghanaian would have a choice or an option to choose to continue suffering or to dislodge his or her suffering by voting against the MPP and the current setup of the MPP. The ordinary Ghanaian will have a choice to vote for a change that is better. And I am convinced that President Mahama is not a candidate of only the NDC, but a candidate by the people of Ghana.
In terms of projections, the NPP is confident that it will secure a significant lead in the presidential race.
First in history that we have won an election gap of over 1 million in 2016. And first also in history that a government in going into his second term is able to beat a party, to be able to make election vote difference of 500,000 under His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. Don't forget again, our target to win the 2024 elections is going to be a historic one. So we will give him a very good margin so that successfully the NDC will get a successor, because he would want to champion the cause of the NDC when other very competent people who will be ready to take the mandate of the NDC is being stopped by him. We are very pretty sure that much as we will have majority in Parliament, we will surely give John Mahama a very wider gap.
However, the NDC counters, arguing that the current economic situation will make it difficult for the NPP to achieve success.
We are going to win the election. We'll win convincingly. The margin I cannot say. But the work we have done, the responses we have received, the feedback, the collaboration, the physical involvement, the level at which, for the first time, the NDC's t-shirt is the highest in demand, and not the MPP's t-shirt, should tell you that Ghanaians will not vote for them. We welcome them, but we are ready. They should know that we are ready. We will make manifest the mandate and the will of the people of Ghana. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, with an overwhelming majority of the NDC in Parliament, will take place.
Now, flag bearer of the NPP, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, has pledged to transform Afram Plains South into a major food production hub. While campaigning in the constituency, Dr. Bawumia emphasized his plan to harness vast lands and water resources to achieve this vision. More details are provided in the following report.
Dr. Bawumia and his team on Thursday visited the Afram Plains Enclave, which is an NDC stronghold, as part of his campaign ahead of the polls. The NPP flag bearer was received by enthusiastic party supporters who cheered as the ferry docked at Afram Plains South. During a stakeholder engagement, Dr. Bawumia highlighted the resources in the area and promised to make it a breadbasket.
Afram Plains more asase more nsuo enyasa eduane Afram Plains yebetimi ha bread basket for the whole of Ghana. Na mu yekuafo a mo ha no ene mo Ghana omo hia moa enyasa enti ye irrigation facilities se edema ekuafo ye nsuo a emodebetimi ye ekuadwuma no uhwes said the Ekoso, Ewo Konedu, Ewo Atonso, Ewo Galontu, Hominina, ye irrigation facilities, Emma, ye bia, ye bechicha assassino, ama equia for, nobody ado, name.
He also outlined intentions to construct some key roads to help with the transportation of farm produce.
So, boy, the Tosumienu, ye Modia, Eduano, we are. Just say ye take food no eco markets eco ton enyasa na ehia say ye be road no enyasa so from Eche to Agodoke may be yesa kwan no ama Afram Plains South and North.
Meanwhile, chiefs of Afram Plains South urged residents to vote for the NPP and Dr. Bawumia.
Awufu biara a okwakoto aban empuntu nti ene oba ene yemma edachi enunti na yeko akoto abano na se osi empuntuo ana oba ana yemma dachi dia na ehfa na sese otu abaneko ni ba bia yesa otuko ene MPP yen papa Dr. Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia otu aba emano.
Let's now move on to the NDC. Flag bearer of the party, John Dramani Mahama, has pledged to establish a fully equipped farmers service center in Edra to enhance the efficiency of farming activities. The Edra-Seche-Dumasi constituency, predominantly comprised of farmers, is one of the 4 constituencies held by the NDC out of the 47 in the Ashanti region. Speaking at a campaign rally in Edra as he campaigned in the Ashanti region, John Mahama also promised to construct a new market in the town to stimulate trading activities. Furthermore, he announced plans to open a branch of the Women's Development Bank in Edra to provide financial support to women traders. This report by Doris Lonta has more.
On the first day of his 6-day tour of the region, Mr. Mahama pledged to introduce a fair measurement system to ensure equity in the sale of grains and cereals. He reiterated his commitment to building a new market in Edra and establishing a Women's Development Bank branch to support women entrepreneurs financially.
NDC. Say you didn't kunima. You never see a drum market no for floor. Say the bear. I feel so. What you say? I can say. yɛde ɛma bank ɛba saa bank no a yɛ ɛma deɛ a ɛbɛma ɔmo bosua kakra ne branch baako ne nkora bata baako ɛbɛba abɛsi edwuma ha.
The NDC flag bearer also announced that an NDC government would extend the Eid al-Fitr holiday to 2 days for Muslims, doubling the current single-day holiday.
Eid al-Fitr holiday or mama no. Say ye chiria ni ya. Ye hwe bosome ansa na eguchiri no ni akobo mpae. Enti eto de bia ebi ehu bosome no, ebi nso hu. Enti eto de bia ebi ekobo mpae ne na ebi nso abọchina. Enti se na ebe yi sa ohaw na efi ho no. NDC ya gire se NDC abai fofo eba no. Eid al-Fitr ada yaji ya home no. Instead of one.
Mr. Mahama's tour included stops at Mampong and in Suta Kwamambe Poso, where he interacted with residents and constituents. He continued to Efija Secretary East and Efija Kwabri North for further engagements and ended the day at Efija Kwabri party members and constituents. During these interactions, he appealed for votes and promised to reset the economy for improved livelihoods.
Still on the politics, the Ayawaso Central constituency is becoming increasingly competitive as the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress ramp up their campaigns for the December 7 polls. This contest features incumbent MP Henry Korte of the NPP facing off against Abdul Rauf Tubazu of the NDC, who previously challenged him in 2020. The outcome of this race could either solidify the NPP's continued dominance or indicate a potential shift toward the NDC. Channel One News's Christopher Kevin Asima and Bernarda Beku-Otrid delve into the dynamics and prospects shaping this highly contested constituency.
Situated in the heart of the Greater Accra region is the Ayawaso Central constituency, which boasts a diverse and vibrant population of 94,831 from the 2021 population and housing census, with a density of 16,759 people per square kilometer. Known for its cosmopolitan mix of Akans, Ewes, and other groups, the constituency spans neighborhoods such as Alajo, Accra New Town, Pig Farm, Malata, Kotobabi, Caprice, and Kokomlemle. It is also divided into several electoral areas such as Mamobi West, Mamobi East, Nima West, and Kanda, and features prominent institutions and landmarks.
Despite its growth, the constituency faces recurring challenges such as flooding, particularly in areas like Kotobabi, Pig Farm, Malata, and Alajo, an MPP stronghold. NADMO attributes this to runoff from Abilinkwe and has urged residents to relocate during the rainy season. With election approaching, constituents are demanding the completion of drainage projects to resolve persistent flooding, which could significantly influence voter decisions.
Anytime that is rain, after it rain, people come around to ask of what is going on and what is happening, and we share our view to them. They take pictures and take numbers of people who are in some houses. Maybe this house is taking 10 people, this house is taking 10 people. They take it and told us that they will be back. They don't come back. And when it's every 4 years, people come to promise whatever they want to do, and this bridge has been promised every time since. They haven't done anything about it.
Anytime it rains, because the water cannot flow, the channel under the bridge are very small. The water flows back and affect the people here. Severally, we've mentioned politicians will come. They will come and measure. For example, they've been here twice this year because of the election. They came and measured the bridge and went back.
Historically, the Ayawaso Central has been an MPP stronghold, delivering victories from 1996 to 2016.
In the 1996 presidential elections, NPP's John Ajekum Kufuor secured victory with over 31,000 votes against NDC's Jerry John Rawlings, who garnered around 29,000 votes. This trend continued in the 2020 presidential elections, where Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo defeated John Dramani Mahama with 32,000 votes to 29,000. Electoral contests in Ayawaso Central have remained fiercely competitive between the NPP and the NDC. From 2004 to 2020, the New Patriotic Party maintained its hold on the parliamentary seat, often facing narrow margins. Erikote first secured the seat in 2012 and successfully defended it in 2016 and 2020, defeating strong NDC challengers. In 2024, Kote faces Abdul Rauf Tubazu once again alongside independent candidate Charles Kwame Adams of the National Democratic Party, the NDP, in what promises to be a closely watched race.
From the look of things, giving Henry Kote the nod to continue the good work he is doing, I think will bring a lot of development. Yeah, because when this government goes off, unfortunately, and then NDC comes in, things are halted, and it wouldn't help us.
I don't see any development in Ayawaso Central here. The main problem of Ayawaso Central is the main gutter. That main gutter who always flare up. No development, but he always keep on going. So we want to change the candidate and see whether he can bring that development to our doorsteps.
Me, as an individual, I will be going for Rauf. Yes, because I believe that Rauf also has a lot to offer when given the opportunity. Henry has been in power for about 8 good years, has been a member of Parliament for about 8 good years, representing Ayawaso Central. And I believe that the time has come for a change. And when given a nod, he will be able to also do something for Ayawaso Central.
The NPP is banking on government achievements such as the free SHS, planting for food and jobs, and one district, one factory to bolster support.
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is introducing something new, credit scoring. If you are in abroad, or if you have a sibling or a family member in abroad and you see the brother or a sister driving nice car, ask him, either the person use fiscal cash to buy. It doesn't work like that. They go for credits. You pay it in bits, and that is what our incoming president is bringing on board. Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia says he is coming to make sure we have a flat rate tax.
The NDC, however, is optimistic about capitalizing on localized frustration and the popularity of its presidential candidate, John Dramani Mahama.
Mahama is saying, Rauf is saying, most of these young guys are IT savvy. The codes policy that we are bringing, some of this youth will be employed into those activities so that they will be gainfully employed either by the government or they will be assisted so that they can establish their own businesses. When you talk about the women, especially the market women, when it rains, Malamata is a no-go area. We are saying that when we come, we'll put that marketplace in the ultra-modern style, so that our market women, when they go to the market, they can sit comfortably and trade.
Some residents have also expressed intentions to vote skirt and blouse, a pattern where they support a presidential candidate from one party and a parliamentary candidate from another.
In politics, if me I'm a car, so once and ways, I believe that Henry can perform better. But the presidential, I will vote for Mama. So I believe that. Once I'm a Ghana, I believe that. I have to vote one government.
Kakra me hu afa papa ya oboni ni Henry no. Odo me hu se oboa nkwara na ewie school e fa ne se o mo pa adwuma ne ade no nipa bi bedi hu adanse wo ha de kire me se oboa nti me de me support mine no. But MPP per se, the media me do official party. No correct back. No me do party because say the nipa see a campaign the more nipa o disappoint you no. Me dey say na me hu no. But mine we need the can say win there me give this obey win.
As election 2024 approaches, will the NPP be able to continue to have a firm grip of the Ayawaso Central constituency?
Or choose the NDC? Reporting for Channel One News, I am Bernard Abeku.
I am Christopher Kevin Asima.
This is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned for comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the election conversation using the hashtag GhanaPolls2024. You are still watching the Channel One Newsroom here on Channel One TV. Still to come. Gunfire resurfaces in Bawku amid renewed chieftaincy clashes, leaving 32 dead since October. Please don't go away. We'll be back shortly with details.
John, mema wakwaba.
Yeah, sir.
Alaji, mema wakwaba.
Yeah.
John, I had a bro, one on them.
I really am a Ghana and Tina Menemo, one thing Breca Cran Bijano. Tono Tina Masaba.
Alaji, I had a bro.
Yo, Medasi. Mwamonim, Tamana Amawa, which you Mumiana Name Boabo and Kakra. As I said, dear, my crowd said, me pese me be wareno. Namiko CSL. Name man sign Jan and Nasubium, no ya crabeshe.
Yo, I was not for, yes, Empire. Yo, I'm a Ghana. What's wrong?
Mean to me, ain't son, cheap. Your bread baby, I would have a fair way. I'm on a wheat. Baby, mean to me, beauty. Forward ever, backwards. Never.
John, what Okoya would me very fast. I watch it a come, do so. Shut me none on me. Yeah, 3 years such as here by a come on your school uncle. And okay, yeah, on my essay.
I say, my sister, be show ball. Saho machi, 2 o'clock okra. Meko band, the Makwa Iska, Eddie Abraham Ghana. Nama boni getri, I'm not starting coconket. Hey!
Akunta, you are still incompetent.
2 persons are the Mammy Abrabo, and 2 chachas to Aviator. There be a muscle.
Aladi has also promised us jobs through digitalization. A Domi-Berekusu saying.
Aladi dear, Metanasua, Nemasware, a Miribia Mecania Besano, which me talk and near light when you phone so, a mammy, baby, or Nambia. Yo, I'm a Ghana, and Yaman Meware amount. Aladi ni, Jones ni, where choose.
No Ababa said. Eye Aladi, number 1.
Aladi number 1. Number 1.
Esuro.
Who are you? Are you? Charlie, I'll be you from the future. Who doesn't sleep on that slice of bready poor mattress anymore? Don some slippers, then follow me. It is part of the mattress we did the front there. Yeah? That'll be the mattress where the dead for time. Wait, what are you doing? Wow! No damage at all. Not only durable, but also super comfortable. Come on, try it.
Nothing day like Ash Foam. Enjoy full body support and unparalleled comfort for a restful sleep.
Don't forget your keys.
Get the premium sleep experience with mattresses from Ash Foam. Visit any of our showrooms nationwide or at ashfoam.com.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink at a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Uncle!
This Christmas is giving.
It's giving!
Are you ready, kids?
Sis, is the jollof ready?
These your people.
The area must be for kudos!
The jollof is ready.
Sakura.
I'll be right there.
Sorry, the pepper from the jollof.
Thompson, it's been an emergency. We need to step out for a bit.
Oh.
5 more minutes.
Hey, Mrs. Afri, can we get some takeaway packs?
This Christmas, it's giving the best in entertainment on DSTV. Grab a DSTV decoder or reconnect to your existing subscription and be entertained.
Now this is giving. Thank you.
Ago Ganafo. Enche na abatuo danedu. December 7th. Efia no panon so. Kosi anwumre no num. Yemu bia wo tumi so oboa siesie yema yi daachi. Aba wo betu no mampanyini ne mrahye bedwa abatuo no mu no. Betumi aboa den satraye mapa aba. Mama nkyerɛ wo de obeye ama abatuo no so aba mfaso. Wokodu polling station hɔ a hwɛ na hu sɛ woni nipa a wodi wo abatuo ngomanum no. Sɛ wo voter ID card ayirampo a kɔ wo polling station na yɛbɛma wo kwan ma wato aba. Naji wo ballot paper. Afei, hwɛ sɛ stamp a ɛma abatoɔ krataa ne di mu no bɔ akyire. Nkekaeɛ biara ni so anaa ɛfa biara ntensa yɛ. Wowie a kɔ abatoɔ adaka a yɛto aba wɔ mu no mu. Fa wo kokromotika ink na afei to bo ase fa team box a ɛwɔ nipa a woto aba ama no ne din, ne mfoni, ne n'ahyɛnsodeɛ anim no mu. Hyɛ ne nso sɛ wode wo kokromoti bɛtim box ne nkoaa mu. Afei fa tissue anaa ntomago a ɛwɔ hɔ no paper wo nsa kama ansa na wasɔ ballot paper no mu biem. Bobɔ wo ballot paper no ne tintin mu fa hyɛ abatoɔ adaka no mu. Afei hyɛ ne nso sɛ yɛnyi w'abatoɔ no ntum sɛ kɔba sɛ wotim ma nipa mmienu ɛkorɔ wɔntim a ma obiara anaasɛ stamp a ɛma ne di mu ne mmɔ akyire. Enti hwɛ ne yie. Yɛto aba no wie a abatoɔ mpanimfoɔ bɛhwɛ akan aba no frenkyem. Wɔbɛhwɛ sɛ abatoɔ nkrataa no di mu na wɔahyehyɛ akan no pɛpɛɛpɛ abra party agents ani tua mu ɛhwɛ deɛ ɛkɔ so biara. Onua kayo sɛ abatoɔ yi ma wakwanya a wode bɛyi akannifoɔ a wɔbɛsi w'anan mu. Enti kɔto aba December 7th na wo nso kyerɛ w'adwen. W'abatoɔ yɛ wo daakye. Kai say the kokromotie ne to aba enye etuo no asekan ye nhia kodie bia e wo polling station. Electoral Commission of Ghana and the kase boyi bro.
Introducing Rexona Non-Stop Protection 72-hour antiperspirant with breakthrough microtechnology that forms a stronger sweat barrier. Tested to the limit, even during the most intense workout.
Still clean, dry, and fresh for longer.
Try the new Rexona 72-hour non-stop protection for clean, dry, and fresh underarms every day.
Welcome back to the Channel One Newsroom. Let's now do some more stories. Ashanti Tumfuo Setutu II has waded into the current impasse in Parliament, indicating that legislators cannot trust the lessons of Ghana's political history and expect to retain their honor among the people they represent. He said this was the worst possible time to put the nation into what he calls the current drama in Parliament, emphasizing that although the opposing sides are expected to engage in debate, they are also expected to reconcile conflicting opinions. Speaking at the 58th congregation at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, Otumfuo Setutu II called for both parties in Parliament to reconcile their differences.
The fountain of democracy is imperiled by developments that can only stick in our throats. So, after our lofty experiences of the past 3 decades, how sad it is how sad is it to see the impasse in our legislature, the continuing antipathy towards the institutions of state that should guarantee our peace and stability, and particularly in the challenge to the rule of law. We may have been through some of these experiences before and overcome them, but the vehemence of the current impasse carries foreboding. Our political leaders are in danger of ignoring the lessons of our history and the penalties of miscalculation in a febrile political environment, except possibly within the unwholesome ambit of a one-party state. There is no system of governance which can be sustained without a process by which differences are reconciled and litigation is brought to an end. It is not just a necessary requirement of our constitutional democracy, it is one of the strengths of African traditional governance. When we send men and women to Parliament, we expect them to engage in rigorous debate, but we also expect them to be able to reconcile conflicting opinions, have the good sense to recognize the point at which litigation becomes self-serving and valueless, and decisions become obligatory. Our legislators cannot thrash the lessons of our history and expect to retain their honor among the people. This is the worst possible time to put our nation through this drama. In the first place, our democracy has not developed the resilience which can sustain a prolonged political crisis.
Now, residents and motorists who rely on the Domi-Berekusu road are urging the next government after the December 7 polls to prioritize completing the long unfinished project. They claim that successive administrations have neglected this crucial stretch of road. Channel One News's Philip Nilate reports.
Earlier this year, construction on the Domi-Berekusu road project resumed after a temporary halt due to Ghana's IMF bailout program. The 23-kilometer Domi-Ketasi stretch is expected to serve as a critical link between the Greater Accra region and Eastern region. The $35 million project, funded jointly by the Kuwait Fund for Arab Economic Development and the Government of Ghana, was initially slated for completion within 24 months after President Akufo-Addo broke ground in July 2022. However, the government's IMF bailout request and subsequent debt restructuring led to a suspension of the project, causing significant inconvenience to road users and commuters. Although construction briefly resumed, it has stalled once again, leaving the road in a deteriorated state. Commuters now lament the rocky and dusty conditions, citing the adverse effect on their health and vehicles.
The toll on my body and the toll on my car. Is that good enough? No. Right? I mean, this started off, we moved in here, we were told, oh, they got some, is it a Kuwaiti thing? Somebody's going to fix the roads. And then first guy came, they worked it, they graded it, and we thought, oh, there's hope. I'm 65 years old. My jonku is deteriorated massively because of this road. Right? So then they come and said, I don't know the truth in this because I don't know the politics around here. But they said, oh, they booked the money given to them as a grant instead of a loan, and so they had to pay and reprioritize and blah, blah, blah. The next thing we saw, first guy had moved everything away, and we're back to square one. And it's gotten worse because when they graded it, they left it bare. And so the water, the rain, just washes away. Look at this. Look at what we're driving on.
Until this present government to get this road done, and it hasn't been done. It's not good.
It's not good.
It's disgraceful, actually.
It's disgraceful.
It's embarrassing.
It is.
Since then, every time one year could see one class say every but state a woman say I'm hearing to the time almost every month be a Saturday because I know abon kwan see another time na bam.
Okwani de ya kura nsutwa de asise de ase wo ye no adi ato nti okwani de ye bre wo so pa ye bre okay ye tax ye to spare parts asise and no boy de ye to azo be kura na pan 90 days kura metwe bi kura me de no kura pan.
Some drivers who use the stretch daily are calling on the next government post-December 7 elections to prioritize the completion of Berekusu road.
Say kwan wo mo ye Ghana kwan na ye be ye kwa ye pa leader now ye ne responsibilities wo nya na ye pa na chawo abroche ntisa Enti me say me will always be na me busa ma ya kwai na my bag getting to 6 months. Me be hu say mfidie guso be ye. Afi de me hu the reason afi me hu an say o ma sa be say mfidie no. Enti esre aban bia a obeba 7 January ni say oba we nya ade o say ne pa na chew. Eye ne responsibility. Sana buchiti.
Oba mo ban say impa baba no onke na kuma no yen kwan na man. On na me respect say obi a wo be yi no oba parliament and MP and presidential no obi oba no on make sure say obotuma yokwan na man. So tum yokwan na man kitin dia has own failure.
Nana Osai Sechi, a sub-chief of Berekusu Equiapim, supported the drivers' concerns, emphasizing the urgent need for the project to be completed.
Trust me, we learned that within 2 years this road will be finished. Now this is the state of the road. From what we are hearing, the contractor has packed his things. And look at what we have to go through. We have done everything human possible. And no one is hearing our cry. We are just asking the government, any government that comes at all, that look, it should just turn their eyes on Berekusu Road. It's something that is just getting. I have a lot of properties here. You can't even sell them. You can't do anything. All you have to do is just pray. Until when? It's to when. We need action. Yeah. And Honorable Obiamwa, we learned you are just backing out. We are trying to bring another person on board. Whoever comes, they should just push this road for us.
Construction work on the Domi-Berekusu road has stalled, and according to residents and motorists who ply this stretch on a daily basis, this is of great concern and worry to them. Reporting for Channel One News, my name is Philip Ni Latte.
This is still the Channel One Newsroom on Channel One TV. Still ahead. Fishers at Bortianor in the Greater Accra region urge government to build local fish markets to boost sales and reduce travel. The Channel One Newsroom will be back in a moment. Please stay with us.
This festive season, it's time to go big and go loud, because with GoTV, Bronya City. From match days and movie days to local stories, big little adventures.
Really?
It's unmatched entertainment for the whole family.
Yes.
GoTV brings the joy anytime, anywhere. Get your festive season sorted. Get GoTV.
Life is a celebration of moments. Big and small.
The sun is scorching, I'm feeling the heat.
With Piva Drink, every moment becomes a refreshing celebration. From the beach to your home, in every corner of your world, Piva Drink adds a burst of refreshment.
Give me Piva cocktail and tangerine.
Celebrate every moment with Piva Drink. Refreshment for every occasion. Piva Drink, a taste you will love.
P for Piva.
This advert is FDA approved.
Phoenix Club,
Uplifting women.
Phoenix Club,
Uplifting
I
women.
think Phoenix Club,
Uplifting women.
Thank you very much for having me here today. The nation builder John Mahama and Professor Nana Jane are bringing you the Women's Development Bank. It is a very special bank run by only women, to serve only women. The aim is to empower millions of women across the country. The bank will have branches all over the nation to provide you with loans with very low interest and on very flexible terms.
Madam, I run a small makeup and nail bar. Do I qualify for a loan?
No need to bother my sister. I mean hairdressers, market women, women-owned online businesses, female graduates, women in the corporate world, traders, agri, women in all fields qualify for loans. With John Mahama and Professor Nana Jane at the helm, the Ghanaian woman will surely rise.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Doing never stops until the job is done. Turn your home and business into an internet highway and experience the revolution of working and playing without limits. Visit broadband.mtn.com.gh to sign up for MTN Fiber for home and business today.
Every day, people have money emergencies. Ma, I need my school fees emergency. Mommy, chop money emergency. Emergency. Catch it. I'm your rent emergency. Now, there's a new emergency number in town.
More money, challenge and enjoyment. At the top life we got.
Dial star 770 hash for all your money emergencies and chop life.
Dial star 770 hash for money emergencies and get easy and quick access to your money, loans, and other banking needs. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
You're welcome back to the Channel One Newsroom. Now, gunfire continues to erupt in Bawku as combatants clash in the area. On Friday, 3 people were killed and numerous properties were destroyed in a gun battle. The fighting, which had subsided by Saturday morning, flared up again in the evening with intense gunfire spreading through the region. Although a curfew from dawn to dusk is in place, it has not stopped the combatants from engaging in violence. Since the resurgence of the conflict in October, approximately 32 people have been killed. Let's now go live to the community and speak to our correspondent in the Upper East region, Ibrahim Abode. Thank you very much, Ibrahim, for joining us here on the Channel One Newsroom. I know there's a curfew in Bawku, and yet the fighting and killings have not stopped. Has the curfew been effective?
Yes, the curfew is actually effective, but then usually in the night, the combatants are able to operate freely. So when you want to look at the recent development or the recent trend, they actually engage each other in the night more than the daytime, because the military will not be able to, take cover the whole community. So probably they sneak to other areas, do their operations and then run back. So that is how, these guys engage one another.
All right. Now, we understand that, almost everyone is fleeing Bawku now. Please paint a picture of the town for us, especially the local economy.
Well, Bawku is actually one of the, it was one of the growing economic areas in Ghana. Previously or historically, Bawku was compared with Echimai. And then at the genesis of the development of this region, the Upper East region, Bawku was quite ahead of Bolgatanga, which is the regional capital. But the situation of the regional capital was taken to Bolgatanga because Bawku is at the border. It shares boundary with Burkina Faso and Togo. So historically, we are told that the regional capital was supposed to be situated in Bawku. But because of their location or because of its location, the capital was taken to Bawku. So economically, Bawku is one of the best towns in Ghana. Business activities actually grow. So many other activities go on. But unfortunately, what actually disturbs the town is the conflict. And then usually, Bawku, most of the people who reside there are actually strangers. You have some Burkinabes coming in, some Togolese coming in, some Southerners. All ethnic groups are in Bawku, and these people have been transacting their businesses, peacefully until this, conflict came to destabilize the whole place.
Well, I mean, Ibrahim, for the benefits of those who are not conversant with the situation, I mean, can you just give us a brief background of this whole conflict and why it has lingered on for so long?
Well, the conflict, as it is being told, historically, before even independence, there was that kind of disagreement between the people. So after independence, a committee was set to actually look into it. They came to the finality of that particular, a judgment was pronounced. Subsequently, some military rulers that came in objected that judgment, and it has been that kind of take it here, leave it there, and that kind of thing. But for some time, for about 39 to 40 years, there's been a chief who rules without any objection until the 2021 that attempts were made to, inskin a parallel chief. So that has been the situation. These people are actually interrelated. When you want to look at the Mampusi, Kusasi, they are more related than any other ethnic group in Bawku. But because of the interest on the traditional rule, they actually sometimes, put away this kind of relationship that they have one another, and they decide to go wayward, to engage in violence. And they've been able to convince some of the minority groups living in Bawku to actually join them. So you have a minority group, you decide, the person decides whether he joins Mampusi or Kusasi to engage the opponent. So they've been able to actually pollute the whole environment, and it's actually critical. So Bawku in itself is one of the biggest towns, and when the conflict intensifies, you have all other angles coming out to shoot into the town. So it looks very terrifying if you are within the town and the shooting is ongoing. It's usually terrifying. So that is how it looks like.
We know government says that it is working to bring a resolution to the matter. But at the local level, are you aware of any efforts from either side to bring this conflict to an end?
From the local level, I don't think there is a plan, because for now, no traditional council, let's say the Kusasi Traditional Council or the other one, having the authority to actually manage the situation, because no traditional authority has the independent authority to manage the conflict for now until government is able to enforce, some rulings and some laws in the area. There is no any other traditional authority that can actually put up something. So as we speak, the whole situation is getting bad because day in, day out, the shooting goes on, and then killing goes on, burning here and there. So previously, the conflict has never gotten to this extent. Okay. But looking at the few days back, it indicates that the whole situation is getting more volatile than we think. So the traditional authorities themselves do not have the control to actually manage the situation for now.
All right, and finally, before I let you go, I mean, elections are just around the corner. I mean, if you assess the situation, do you think that even the people have the confidence to go out and exercise their franchise? But how do you think this election is going to pan out?
Well, 3 days ago, I was with the Electoral Commission, Bawku, where they were training their officials. I spoke to the Electoral Commissioner, I spoke to the returning officer, I also spoke to some of the officers that were trained, some of the ballot issuers and the rest. They indicated that, the Electoral Commission indicated that they've been able to train the people in badges, and they are training them based on their segregation or their demarcation. So they will go to the Mamprushi-dominated areas and train their officers and make sure that the officers remain there for their own safety. They don't cross to the other side. So they also go to the other side and do same. So the Electoral Commission, I followed them keenly, and I realized that, they are trying their best to actually, conduct the elections very peacefully. But what might be critical is that on the elections, if the combatants engage each other, that bullets are flying left, right, center, the officers might not be able to really in. But in some areas, they can still be shooting guns and people vote freely. That is how Bawku looks like.
Are there any active political campaigns currently?
Yes, they are engaging each other. The politicians are engaging the electorates, and then fortunately, both the MPP and then the NDC belong to one divide of the conflict. So the freedom to move around, the MPP parliamentary candidate, who is Paul Agobre, has the freedom to move around his community and other communities to campaign. Honorable Mahama of the NDC also have the liberty to move around. The challenge is the presidential, where some people are objecting the MPP presidential candidate.
All right, thank you very much. That was Ibrahim Abode, Upper East Regional Correspondent, joining us here with some updates on the situation in Bawku. Let's move on away from that. And fishers at Bortianor, located in the Bortianor English Amafrum constituency of the Greater Accra region, are calling on the government to establish a fish market to help them sell their seafood locally. They explained that the lack of such a market forces them to travel long distances to reach their customers. Channel One News's Daniel Odro has more in this report.
Fish markets play a crucial role in providing fresh, locally sourced seafood to communities, ensuring access to nutritious food and promoting healthy diets. They also serve as a sustainable source of protein and as critical livelihood for fishermen, vendors, wholesalers, and other workers in the supply chain. By enabling the sale and trade of fish, these markets support local economies and generate employment opportunities. However, the fisherfolk at Bortianor face significant challenges due to the absence of a fish market to sell their catch after long and exhausting days at sea. Tay Dadi, a seasoned fisherman, shared the difficulties they endure because of this situation.
Agbono ko me woni shi se sanu wona agba be pie ka hunu tuneke ke me babie ne na ma hi na me na iko ni amanya meta no efi ona agba baba wo ha me no gani mo ne le hu e ke to na agba no o ba pale fai ko ni ebobonde ni efu yin ni ba kwo ya ke ntumo le tu baba wo ya iko eso obi ene market ele wona ko obi ene wotano jimbo ni wogbechi wona kunuku apart from ss ni ba fi awo wona kunuku don wo market here le fi atuba bi ebo modern ni ba fi ku e bi awo wona fi ni ke chetuba ni che Bortianor aka wo mba fi market here ku etuba ku e Bortianor.
Other fishers also expressed their frustrations over the lack of a dedicated fish market.
Ya we oba oje oba lo mu to fi o wo akeni wo papa ni ji MP ni ji sra onabo sra ni ofon sikina ale wana wole ni wonu ko tu ya ka fifi ni bi kumeye maje ekuma wo bi ene wana ko noko kwa e ba fe ss yan wo munne si wo won chone na ni bi ni wo pa agbeji ake won to ko ni enye ba fi jala ni ji fish market yawo bina fi no kaji oje we wo ba ni wonye wo kelu awo mi ko ni mi ajehi na bana bahi ko ni wonu tumo ni wo tun obi e ko ni enye eya no awo wona agba ni wonye eje ake ko ba ya wo bi ane petrolum jiwo ka petrol ba fi no je te ke se fe wona petrol o ya ne fe wona ba wa leche won pinye na agbene hu chonde bia na first bia na show na tablo ji ni wo yusu si bia na agbre wo yusu chom o chode no wo yusu agbene wo hia ne ge petrol ne egba wo na agbene ne ji enyu no bi ane ko nyo shika no ko ata chone no hele nche ehemu ewa ni wo nu aga na aga chone ba chone ebo na aga ba mo owula ji mo ji mi ne aja chone ji aha ni wo wule me mo ni wo mo ahyi wo o ni egba wo na wa lenche o ebo modin ne ge maja ni bi ni wo ga fun yin le yin fi awo ake ne ge market ni le yi wa wi ake ko be sho ni ge jage wo te wo nyu mo fe duro mu ni wo na lo ni wo ba ege lo hon mu echota but otai be vetu mo ho adudon ye nje na ganji be sage ntumo ayala awo sage chuko ke jaga le no ni market fi ogo e bi ne kenle abana me baba me amba ahia me awo no lo ba nye wa wo fi aga no jini won wo be ko wo ngame.
Meanwhile, the Member of Parliament for Bortianor English Amanfro constituency, Sylvester Tete, has announced that a contractor is expected to begin clearing land near the shores soon. He added that the fish market is scheduled to be completed within 8 months.
Elections here in Bortianor, the entire coastal stretch, they are peasant fisher folks. There's no economic activity here. We are putting the biggest fish market here. Every contractual obligations has been settled. The contractor is expected to move to site, to clear the site and start the construction. It is going to take him about 8 months to 1 year to complete the market for them. Obviously, something I have to follow through in my second term.
The fisher folks have highlighted the need for the establishment of a fish market in order to maximize their sales. For Channel One News, my name is Daniel Udro-Mensah.
And that'll be all for this package of the Channel One Newsroom on Channel One TV. Do visit our website, channel1news.com, for more information on our top stories and more. Subscribe to Channel One TV on YouTube for more exclusive video content from Channel One TV. This is the Election Bureau. Stay tuned for comprehensive and timely coverage of the 2024 elections. Follow us for real-time updates and join the election conversation online using the hashtag GhanaPolls2024. My name is Charles Owusu Kumi. Thank you for watching.